My name's Melissa, and I'm 31. Right now, I'm sitting on my bedroom floor, knees pulled up to my chest, trying to figure out how the hell I ended up here. I keep staring at the rug, noticing a loose thread, and thinking about how easy it would be to just yank it out. God, I'm stalling. I know I am. I guess I'm hoping that if I don't say the words, they might not feel real. I got herpes from my ex-fiance now, I guess, about 3 months ago. At least, I'm pretty sure it was from him. His name's Daniel, and we had been together for almost 4 years. I was positive we were headed somewhere good. Marriage, a life together, kids someday. He was the kind of guy who brought me coffee in bed on Sunday mornings, who texted me stupid memes during my lunch break. I trusted him completely, but then, out of nowhere, things started feeling off. He got jumpy around his phone, picked late-night fights over nothing, and started working extra hours that didn't reflect on his paycheck. I remember one night he came home smelling of a woman's perfume, one I didn't own, and when I pointed it out, he mumbled something about a colleague's birthday hugs and rushed off to shower. At first, I convinced myself I was just being paranoid. We were engaged, after all, and I had the ring to prove it. But something kept nagging at me. I tried asking him directly, and he'd get defensive. How could you even think that? So I dropped it and tried to ignore my gut. About a month later, I noticed these painful tiny sores down there. At first, I thought maybe I'd just nicked myself shaving or had a weird allergic reaction. But the burning pain only got worse. By the time I got into the doctor's office, I was a ball of anxiety, praying for it to be something simple. Anything but what I feared. When the nurse told me it looked like herpes, I felt the blood drain from my face. As I waited for the test results, I did the math in my head. I'd been tested before we got serious, and I was clean. I'd never cheated, never even thought about it. So how could this happen? When the positive results came back, I told Daniel. I thought maybe he'd break down and admit he'd slept with someone else. Instead, he played dumb. He said maybe I'd had it for years without knowing, or picked it up some other way. He tried to gaslight me into thinking I was overreacting. But the more he talked, the more I recognized that shaky, nervous edge in his voice. I pressed him. Daniel, did you cheat on me? He denied it at first. Then he got quiet. I remember that silence, like it was a living thing. I could hear cars honking outside, a dog barking somewhere down the block. Finally, he nodded, tears in his eyes, mumbling about a coworker. It just happened once. I was drunk. I'm sorry. I stood there, feeling like the world had tilted sideways. It wasn't even the cheating alone, though that was bad enough. It was the fact that he put my health on the line, that he lied and tried to twist the truth instead of protecting me. I told him to pack his things and get out. He begged me to listen, said he loved me, said it was a stupid mistake. All I could think was that this mistake was now a permanent part of my life. As he left, I sat down on the couch and just stared at the blank TV screen, trying to comprehend what I'd lost. The first outbreak was hell. The sores were tender, and even the softest underwear felt like sandpaper. Every step was a reminder of what had been taken from me, my sense of safety, my trust, my future with a man I thought I knew. I'd cry in the shower, biting my lip so the neighbors wouldn't hear. I felt so contaminated, stupid, right? But that's how I felt, like I'd been marked somehow. I told my best friend, Ada, the whole ugly story. She was furious on my behalf. She kept saying, "You did nothing wrong, Melissa. This is on him." Intellectually, I knew that, but it didn't stop me from feeling ashamed. It's messed up how we blame ourselves sometimes, even when we're the victims. Work was tough. I'd sit in meetings, trying to focus on spreadsheets and deadlines, while my mind drifted back to the phone call with the doctor. I'd think about how I'd ever trust someone again. I didn't tell my coworkers, obviously, but I'm sure they noticed I'd lost some of my spark. I made excuses: bad sleep, too much stress, classic cover-ups. I tried dating a few weeks ago, just coffee with a guy my friend tried to set me up with. He was nice enough, funny, in a nerdy kind of way, and we talked about travel and music. But the whole time, I was hyper-aware that I might have to tell him someday if things got serious. The idea of seeing his face change, watching him recoil, was enough to shut me down. I ended the date early, claiming a migraine. I haven't tried again since. At night, I alternate between feeling rage and sadness. Rage at Daniel for doing this, for shattering my confidence. Sadness because I can't shake the feeling that I'm now less than, even though I know that's not logical. Millions of people deal with this virus and they lead full, happy lives. I keep reminding myself of that. I'm taking my meds, antivirals that help manage outbreaks. I'm taking it day by day, trying to see beyond this pain. I want to believe that I'll find someone who will understand, who won't define me by a virus or by my ex's betrayal. I have to believe that. Otherwise, what's the point? I know it's going to take time. Maybe a lot of time. For now, I'm just trying to remember who I was before all this happened. I'm still that woman. Capable, smart, kind-hearted, just a bit scarred now and a bit more cautious. Maybe that's okay. Maybe caution is something we all earn through life's brutal lessons. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's messy, it's heartbreaking, and I wish it never happened. But I'm still here, sitting on this floor, loose thread in the rug under my fingertip, trying not to pull too hard, trying somehow to hold myself together.